It's the Ron Fez show. I'm Ron. Where's Fez? Black girl here with us today. How you doing, Earl?
Feeling like $1 million.
Yeah, you look like $1 million. What is that outfit you're wearing today? Black?
It's my all-black ensemble, yes.
It's a nice look for you. All right, no Fezzy on this show today, and I guess O&A teased it, so I'll put it out there a little bit. And again, before we even get into this, I want everybody to know that everything is okay now and everything is all right. And also, before we get into it, just to tell you right off the bat, it's not some kind of radio bit to seek attention. If anything, we never want attention. That's the one thing the show tries to do is stay so far under the radar that people that are even our friends go, hey, are you guys still in the business? And we go, yeah, kind of, in our own way. But, so again, it's not a bit, as Zal Dukes would say. And, again, everything is all right. But Fezzy had a heart attack last week. That happened at some point. I believe going over the whole thing probably happened before the show on Saturday or on Thursday. So he did the entire Thursday show with us post heart attack. That's where we were. So for the last couple of weeks, he's been having some kind of chest problems, and we thought he had some kind of cold, or maybe he had pulled the muscle like in his chest plate or whatever, but apparently it was a heart attack, even though we didn't see it. We didn't know it was coming. Thursday after the show, he and I were taking a cab back towards my neighborhood, and I dropped him off at his doctor. Minutes later, by the time I got home, my phone is ringing, and it's Fez, and he's, fairly freaked out going, the doctor's saying I either am now having a heart attack or I already had one. So I rush back over there. He's right next to Lenox Hill Hospital, and they take us in immediately. This is a nice little tip for everybody, that if you ever go to the hospital and you say you're going through the emergency ward, just say you're having chest pains. You go right to the front of the line. You go right past all the head trauma people, people that have been shot for whatever reason. They take the chest pains people first. So if you ever cut your thumb and you're bleeding, say, I cut my thumb, I need stitches, and I'm also having chest pains, and they will rush you right in. So we get in there, and literally everybody was like really great. They know exactly what they're doing. 30 minutes later, he's on the table and having the balloon put into the artery blown up, and a stent was put in. And it was just like the fastest, craziest thing I've ever been a part of. Afterwards, we found out also that he's a diabetic. So, again, you don't want to probably have a dessert after every meal. I know I've been promoting that for quite some time. But maybe breakfast, lunch, or a no dessert zone. I don't know. So, again, he's going to be 100% okay. I talked to all the doctors. As a matter of fact, that night, since Fez's family wasn't around, I had to kind of be like his family while I was in there at one point. And it was, one of those odd things of, wait, why are you still in here? How are you related? And I was just like going, somehow or whatever. But Fez, he had these tubes in him, just to show you his personality. He had all these tubes in him, and, the oxygen in his nose and his heart is hooked up to all these monitors. He asks for a pad and paper, starts to make a list of people that he blamed his heart attack on. And I will just let you know, and his alphabet begins with H. That's all I'm saying, Earl, and I'm leaving it at that. So he will be all right. I do want to hear from some people today, though, that know about the recovery process like that, because Fez and I are totally ignorant of the whole thing. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. And the other thing, Earl, is I can't tell you how guilty I feel for not knowing that this guy had a heart attack. And the only thing I will say in my defense is he has the lowest tolerance of pain of anyone I've ever met in my life. There is no way. I would have bet cash money that he wasn't the type of guy that could shake off a heart attack. I don't know how he pulled it off. But if I'm going over the last couple of weeks, even back at the Halloween show that we did at the Hard Rock, he and I were walking down the road, and he's like, wait, hold on, I got a shortness of breath. He's holding his chest. I go, you having a heart attack? And he's like, no, it's indigestion. How many times around here, Earl, for the last 2 weeks, have we been not paying attention to this?
No, we talked about it, and he said, it sounded very almost like flu symptoms. He's like, I'm very weak, and I'm like,
right.
And I said, why don't you take some Theraflu for your flu? I don't know. I didn't see it coming, and I feel awful about it.
But, on the diabetic thing as well, remember what happened with his toe wasn't healing?
Yes.
And then I was going to him like just a couple weeks ago, you're slurring after one beer. How the hell? I've known you my whole life. Why are you slurring and seeming like you're drunk off of a beer? So all the things were there. I'm not paying attention even slightly. World's worst best friend. Not even knowing what the hell was going on. And not even that. So apparently it was Wednesday night, during the night, that he has the heart attack. Remember he tells us, I'm up all night with this chest pain and this, I can't breathe right. We're thinking it's,
Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks of the heart attack of just the guy clutching his chest and
right,
collapsing.
falling down, pulling the table down. Then we would all know, call 911, let's take him. But there's constant walking around holding his chest. But not only that, so he does the show post-heart attack. Then I make him cut bits, remember?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, what time you have to be at the doctor? Let's cut some bits. So we're cutting fresh bits. And then I'm going, what about if we start doing like two crazy old men? He's like, I don't know. Don't you think this is kind of funny? And he's like, I don't know, Ron. So I've got to be the worst person alive, Earl.
No, we all saw it. I feel awful.
Yes, you're worse than me because you're the producer, executive producer, and you should know. All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Our buddies, the Hideout, are going to be coming up in just a little bit. J-Dubs lost a bet to Fez a couple of weeks ago on his Bucks. By the way, Tampa Bay Buccaneers win yesterday, and what I call the Fez Whatley Memorial Tribute win. Big win over his hated Skins.
Gutsy call, too.
Gutsy call.
Very
and,
gutsy
I
call
swear, in my mind, I thought they were saying, let's do this for Fezzy. Let's win this one for Fezzy. Because Fezzy's always wanted to be Rudy, and now he kind of is for the Bucks. So J-Dubs will be coming in just a little bit and getting Bucko Bruce tattooed on his ass cheeks. And those guys are going to sit in with us a little bit, too, and help out with Fezzy gone.
Well, he won't be sitting, but pretty
much.
Oh,
yeah. He'll be laying. What do you have lined up for him, a table?
Yeah, we
the Liberator.
We got him on the Liberator. Yeah. It's the only thing that was
Harry, what was your question? What did you want to ask?
We wanted to find out where people want to know already where you can send flowers and things. Cards to Fez.
No flowers and cards. None of that. You can send him emails to ronandfez@AOL.com, ronandfez@AOL.com. But he doesn't want a bunch of flowers in his house. But you know what? He might like it if he got a lot of emails. That might not be a bad idea. But no, he doesn't want... it would be nice if he heard from our agent. But other than that, ronandfez@AOL.com. Some people are going to help us out here, and I appreciate it. Again, everything is 100% okay. I talked to all the doctors and stuff, and everything's going to be 100% recovery. Not a problem. This is what they do. Everything is good. I know when you hear that word heart attack, it scares the hell out of you. It scared the hell out of me. Here's the other thing, Earl, and this would have fucking broke your heart. And again, it was so over the top with Fez. So, of course, he doesn't really want to go up and have this thing done while we're in the emergency room, And he's just, is this necessary? And they're going, yes, you got to have it done at this moment. And, it's a little scary. And as they're pushing him down the hall, it's the thing where I have to say goodbye to him now, and then I meet him in the recovery room, right? And they're pushing him down the hall, and I'm still watching. And he just gives me that thumbs up, the stupid thumbs up,
yeah.
Like he was a giant, like he was one of the New York Giants. I'm just thinking to myself, is everything have to be a gimmick with you? Can we have real life for just a second? All right, let's take these calls. Hey, Chris, thanks for calling, buddy. You're on the Ron Fez show. How are you? Chris,
good, how are you?
What can we do for you, buddy?
Hey, I'm starting to enjoy the show. Thought it stunk at first, but I'm coming along.
You know what? That'll mean a lot to Fez. You thought it stunk at first, and now you're enjoying it. Thank you. It's very classy of you.
That absolutely makes the show. Needless to say, I'm 40 now, but at age 39, I had a heart attack, and it's like you guys were saying earlier. It's not the Fred Sanford clutching the chest, rolling around, an excruciating pain or anything. It's more of it almost feels like indigestion or heartburn. And,
why is that though? Why could that even happen?
It kind of goes with physical activity. I had a heart attack on a Thursday, and went into my doctor's office, and I was actually lifting weights and all that. I was in relatively decent physical shape, and I went into my doctor's office, and he hooked me up to a resting EKG machine, and said I was fine. Sent me home. All weekend long, I did the typical activities. Washed the car. I'd have to lay down. Just couldn't function. Felt miserable.
So you're okay now, though?
Yeah, ended up having a quadruple bypass the next week, and I was 70% blocked in 3 of the main arteries and 100% blocked in the other one. So they did an emergency open heart bypass, and corrected everything that was genetic. I was genetically predisposed to having these issues.
All right.
And,
hold on. Let me go, because you're even though you've beat your little heart attack, you're still a dull man, and there's nothing we can do about that. Hefe and Dubs, come on in here, because I didn't know that you guys have to leave pretty fast. What's going on?
The Tat guy, I think, is short on time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Dubs, you have to basically get your ass in the chair pretty quick. Thanks for coming up here and doing this, too.
Oh, no problem.
You got to turn on the mics here, Harry. There you go.
No problem at all. It's going to be interesting.
And now, how many tats do you have already?
This is the most unpleasant ass anybody's going to have to.
It really isn't a good one, is it?
No, it's like feta cheese with little bits of tomatoes thrown in it.
You know, that's the exact same thing that gave Fez a heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean man-ass. And that's all I'm saying about that. I wonder if I can find a new gay guy. Earl, after the show, go down to East Village with me. Bring a rock, we'll throw it. Really sure. Whoever we hit, that's the new co-host. It'll just be Leatherbound Gary and Ron's show. Here's Jason. Jason, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Good.
With Fez, once he started having those chest pains, being that he's a fatty pneumonia, he should have been already going to the emergency department. You can't wait for. I work in the emergency department down in Pittsburgh, and you have to go in. There's only a 40% chance that even if you go in and you get all your tests and everything like that, and when you get up to get your stent placed in, you could die anyway. So he's a lucky man. Very lucky.
But here's the thing. We don't want to go to the doctor. We don't want to go to the emergency room. And we don't want a stent in our chest. I can understand trying to put it off.
Right, but, I mean, yeah, definitely, but you can die.
So once you have the heart attack, you have a good chance of dying if you don't have it taken care of quickly?
You have a very good chance dying. I've been on many calls where a lot of people just die right in front of me, and they've been having chest pains for just a couple hours, let alone 2 weeks.
Boy, that must be one lousy hospital you're running down over there in Pittsburgh. It must be just terrible. You know, that was the other thing, Earl. I was worried, New York Hospital. I thought it was going to look like George C. Scott was running the place and would just be hideous in Bellevue. But Lenox Hill Hospital, they couldn't have been nicer, beautiful place. Everything ran real quick. The care Fezzi got over the last 4 days. And here's the weird thing about Fezzi. He's one of those people that likes the hospital. You could tell, like, he really likes the constant attention. He likes being hooked up to monitors.
He likes being waited on.
Yeah, it basically, and then since his family lives so far away, I had to be there with him the whole time. And I'm just like, reading a Sports Illustrated next to him, just in hell and going like this. Oh, yeah, good. He ate all his pudding. You know what I mean? Like, they start to talk to me like I'm his wife. I'm going, Oh, yeah, sure. No more sugar for him. Like I care, And like they would talk to me like I was Mrs. Watley.
You're playing his mother. Almost.
Yeah. And then once his parents got here, that's it. See you later. See you back on the show, buddy. What a nightmare. Hey, here's Kyle. Kyle, you're on the Ron Fez show. How are you? Kyle, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
My mom had a kind of a stent surgery. She didn't have a heart attack, but they found that she had some blockage, a couple, 3 months ago, and they went in and they went through her wrist and an artery and did all the balloons and the stents right there. Man, she was out of the hospital next day. Excellent recovery. She was back at work by Wednesday of the next week, and we did it on a Friday. She's in great shape now, man. She's been overweight.
They kept Fez, and I guess it has to do a lot more with the diabetes as well as the heart thing.
Yeah, they're saying now that they treat angioplasties as almost like an outpatient thing. It's just like you.
What are you saying? Fez is a pussy? Is that where you're going with this, Earl?
No, I'm not.
Because if it is, I don't appreciate it.
No, I'm not.
If that's where it's at.
No, I'm just saying that the advances they've made now.
Here's what I want you to understand. The advances here, I didn't say anything racial. El Jefe did.
Oh, okay. It was dark. What? We're thinking about Olive Garden tonight.
Hey, Sean. Sean, you're on the Ron Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to call you and let you know that when Fezzy gets back, you got to keep an eye on him.
Why is that?
Because heart disease is the number one killer in women.
You know what? I mean, there will come a time where we all attack Fez, and I can't wait. But I just want to wait until he's out of the hospital bed. No, because when I was talking to the doctor says there's some blockage, and I go like this, in his ass, because that is expected. That's a lifestyle choice. And he goes, no, I don't even know what you mean.
My question is, Ronnie, after the heart attack, what did he eat like all day Thursday? Did he go ahead and have steak and the usual dessert?
You know what? I noticed one night they served him pot roast, and I'm not even making that up. I'm like, I don't know what he's supposed to eat at all.
I remember when I was in the hospital for my ulcers.
Yeah.
The things they were offering me on the menu was things that were not ulcer related.
I know, like
completely contrary to what I should be having.
You know, matter of fact, like they said he's a diabetic, and they were testing him and hitting him with some insulin, and then he's got an apple as his dessert, and I go, that fruit, I thought that kicks in. By the way, this is what kills me when they were teaching me about diabetes. The worst possible thing that you could have, orange juice. Every morning the intern gets Fez this giant thing of orange juice. So basically, Paulie's trying to kill him. Here is Tim. Tim, you're on the Ron Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? It's Tim from Long Island. How are you?
How are you, pal?
Not too bad. I'm actually a cardiovascular specialist. I'm a pharmaceutical rep, and I sell a drug that pretty much every heart attack patient, anybody who has a heart attack or stroke, gets put on this drug right off the bat.
What is it?
Well, I can't talk about it. I can't say exactly what it is, but trust me, he's on it.
What is it, some secret drug? I'm not allowed to know about it? There's something going on? Bennington's on the outs with?
Yeah, I'm sure my bosses, I know a couple of my bosses listen to the show. So.
Well, why are you ashamed of it? What's the problem?
It's the best drug there is. But I just called to tell you a little bit about the condition that he has.
Yeah.
The chest pain that he's having is something called unstable angina. And what that means is he's not getting enough blood supply to his heart, and that's what's causing him to have that pain. Now, unstable angina doesn't necessarily mean a heart attack.
Right.
It's a precursor to a heart attack.
So when he started having the pains at first, those were like warning signs.
Exactly. What that is it's because his arteries are becoming blocked and occluded, and it's not allowing the blood to go to his heart, and what that's doing is that's what's causing the pain. So that's why everybody says when you start having chest pain, go to the hospital or go to your doctor, and what they did was they sent him upstairs to the cath lab, and when they checked his arteries, they said, whoa, this is really occluded, because they put a stent in right away. You know, not everybody gets a stent when they have chest pain. You know, so he must have been over 70 to 80% occluded to receive a stent, which is
he was 100% blockage, they said. 100%, yeah. Which was just one piece of bacon. And here's the weird thing, because we were talking about that he's going to be on this new diet and all, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to do it. I don't know whether I'll do it. You and I will be on it together. This morning I'm up. I'm having French toast and bacon. I just, I couldn't do it.
I was just so self-conscious of what I was eating.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, like yesterday, I was like, I'm going to grab that double cheese. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Now I'm just so cognizant of what I'm eating now.
It had you, Earl. You were the one that started crying.
No,
when I talked to you.
I could not. Like, I just couldn't catch my breath.
Right.
I was just sort of like, because I went through a whole episode last year.
Right.
With Scott.
Earl actually yelled this, and I wish O and A were here because they're the only ones who would get this. But when I talked to Earl yelled on the phone at me, "It's Muni all over again!" And I go, "No, it's not, Earl. It isn't. You're not going through this again. Don't worry."
No, I'm just saying it was a bad episode.
I know.
A bad episode with a friend.
It's really interesting. Everybody that I talk to, when I say heart attack, and Danny came in because, come on in, I know your dad's going through it, but everybody's going through, my dad, my brother, my best friend, everybody, it's like so prevalent in everybody's life. Danny, you said your dad's going through almost the same exact thing as Fez?
Yeah, absolutely. About a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
I guess he was a diabetic for a while.
He knew he was a diabetic?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, that he did. And then it was the same kind of thing where, Fezzy didn't even know that it was happening, where my father, he was walking around for a couple of days. He thought he had just really bad heartburn.
Right.
And he finally, the pain got to the point where, he felt that he had to go to a doctor. So he's actually at his doctor, and they hook him up to all the machines, and the guy says, "You're having a heart attack right now."
Wow.
And they rushed him to the hospital. He ended up having triple bypass.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for a while. He's a young guy too. He was only like 46, something like that. So
insane, man. It's just I don't know what's with the food that we've been eating all these years, but it sounds like we're all gonna have to do this sooner or later. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron Fez.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I just want to know when they was rolling Fez away and he gave you the thumbs up.
Yeah. Say it again, pal.
I just want to know when they was rolling Fez away and he gave you
You just keep getting to the same point. I'm sorry. Here is Kathleen. Kathleen, you're on the Ron Fez show. Kathleen, go ahead, darling.
Hi, it's me. I'm an ICU nurse, and I deal with cardiac patients after having stents placed. He's going to have a little bit of change in his life, or he's going to have another heart attack.
What kind of changes? That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Kathleen.
He's looking. What I'm thinking is he's going to have to change his diet. You're talking he's a diabetic. Does he know anything about diabetes at all?
No.
Because having is a precursor of definitely having a problem with your heart. It's going to add to it. Was he ever a smoker?
No, he wasn't. Never.
But okay. That's one really good thing.
But genetics, he has a problem with. The whole family. There's a lot of heart attack in the family.
To live a nice, long, healthy life, he's going to have to change his diet. His diet's going to be low fat. You're right. Orange juice is definitely not on the menu. The fruit juices he does drink, he's going to have to make sure that sugar level is low. And there's a lot of low sugar level juices out there. Also, he's going to probably try and stay away from any kind of pasta, any kind of potatoes. I know that this is hard because I know how much everybody likes them.
Right.
But meat, basically chicken and fish.
Will it mainly be ice cream that he's on? Just
definitely going to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because I remember when I had my tonsils out, they said eat ice cream.
Well, it's different. I mean, you're having everything in moderation. We're not saying every single day have it. We're saying that you should only have it once in a while when it's like a special occasion. For normal people, too, that don't have heart problems.
What do you mean? He's not normal? That hurts. I got to tell you the truth, that hurts. Fezzy is normal in his own way. He just had a heart attack.
No. That way, and then that he has diabetes. On top of that, now he's got heart problems. He's got 2 strikes.
Yeah, I know
All
he
right.
does. That is kind of scary.
So it is. And if he wants to live a nice, long, healthy life, he's going to have to go for a walk every day. I'm not saying kill yourself, but go for a walk. A walk is wonderful. Excellent exercise for a diabetic. Again, now eating-wise, egg whites for breakfast. Try and stay away from your sausages and your bacon. Have maybe some oatmeal, which is really good. And lunch, have a sandwich. And then dinner, some vegetables and have some either chicken or fish. I know this sounds like a death sentence for most people, but if you want to live, that's what you got to do.
All right, thank you very much. By the way, people were asking what to do. Some flowers just showed up from Laura Brooks. I don't know how she did it immediately. I don't know how she pulled it off.
All right, Ronnie, after hearing that, do you want to live when you have to go for the walks, no more ice creams, no more double stuffed Oreos, no more 7 and 7s probably?
Let me tell you, I was with him in the emergency room, and I was with him post. He does want to live. So that is the weird thing. This is the problem of when you feel healthy. Then you're like, man, I'd rather... And as soon as you get sick, you're like, what do I have to do? Tell me everything I need to do not to get back into this point again. About bumper music. And Fez always keeps bringing up the same song, and we never play it for him. You think we could maybe get it together for Fez this morning? You know what I'm talking about. Which I don't think normally the audience would want to hear, but in this case for Fez.
What? Which?
Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, we have that ready.
All right. Well, this is for Fezzy. Get well soon, buddy.
And I am all alone. There is no one here beside me. And my problems have all gone. There is no one to deride me. But you got to have friends. The feelings are so strong. You got to have friends to make that day last long. I had some friends, but they're gone. Someone came and took them away, and from the dusk till the dawn, here is where I'll stay, standing at the end of the road, boys, waiting for my new friends to come. I don't care if I'm hungry or cold, I'm gonna get me some of them, 'cause you got to have friends. Ra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Friends, that's right, you. Oh, you, yeah, you. I said you got to have some friends. I'm talking about friends. That's right, friends. Friends. I had some friends, oh, but they're all gone. Someone came and snatched them away, and from the dead until
Rude and rude. Of course I am. I'd love a sandwich. It's cock time.
All right, it's the Ron Fez show. Little Fezzy's going to be out for a while, folks. We talked about it earlier. Our Fez Watley, who some of you people dubbed Fatty Pneumonia, which always offended me, bringing back his old nickname from when he was a child. He did have a heart attack, we were told. 100% chance of recovery. He had the angioplasty done. He's had the stent put in. And basically now I think he's ready to eat ham. I think at this point he's ready for plenty of ham. The downside, of course, also is diabetic, and now he's got to watch out for that, which I guess means no drinking, which is tough for a functioning alcoholic. That's not going to be easy for him. That's not going to work out.
Got to get rid of all that beer then?
Yeah, I guess what we'll do is just start throwing that out the window on 57th Street, letting it land on people. The Hideout Boys from Orlando, J-Dubs and El Jefe, are in the hizzy. J-Dubs in our office right now getting a tattoo on his ass. Now, what do you, who's doing the tattoo, Harry? I'm begging you.
That will be Eric from... Eric Newman from Monarch Tattoos.
Who is it, Earl?
Eric Newman from Monarch Tattoos. If you want to find out more information about Monarch Tattoos, you can call 973-697-0030.
Earl, it's going to be up for you to do the plugs. I want you to do the plugs today. You're in the Fez seat.
What? But I can never fill that seat, but I'll try.
I want to call you Fatty Sickle Cell. I want to do that. I want to call you Fatty Sickle Cell just to make you feel okay and like you're part of it.
I do not have sickle cell anemia.
Perfect. Keep denying it. People love that. It lets them taunt more and more and more.
Okay, I have it.
Are you worried about your partner? All right, Dave, Danny's dad is on right now. He's had the bypass, and he's also diabetic, so maybe he can help us out. How you doing, Dave?
Hi.
Welcome to Ron Fez. I guess you've been through something like Fezzy has with the diabetes now.
Right.
Are you able to control it, or?
Yeah, with diet, my pills, and just eating right.
Let me ask you this. If Fez gets on my nerves, and
Yeah.
he's bothering me,
Right.
so I just throw a sugar cube in his mouth, is that something to drop him or bring him down?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, we could tolerate sugar. I mean, occasionally I will cheat and have a piece of cake or a cookie or a chocolate.
You know what? That's interesting because occasionally I'll cheat and I'll go off with 2 hookers. And I just feel like you need that every once in a while to kind of clear the jets out.
Well,
So you will occasionally cheat as long as most of the time you take care of yourself.
that's true.
Yeah.
Although I don't drink alcohol, I'm in a 12-step program,
Ah, welcome.
and I actually found out I was diabetic, about 8-9 years ago, and it was 3 months after I had quit drinking.
Right.
So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, where I was forced not to be able to drink.
Right. You don't want to be one of those old drunks that's losing feet. You ever know those guys like they'll cut a foot off and the guy's still drinking. They just don't care anymore.
Well, sure. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, I still have my vices. I still smoke, which is absolutely insane.
Terrible.
Triple bypass. The guy's still smoking.
I'm
a
going to
pack
tell
a
you
day.
right now, because I had to talk to every one of these doctors. They told me smoking's like the worst thing.
Yeah. Well, today is November 14th, and it is the Great American Smokeout.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's today.
So how many cigarettes did you have, Pops?
So far today, probably about 7.
Yeah.
But
Way to
that's
go.
because I was downloading a lot of porn.
Yeah, sure.
And I like to smoke when I'm on the computer.
I don't blame you. It gets very, very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times, even with hookers, and and I know it's a bad thing, and I want to go out of my way, but you burn them, and they know who's boss. That's my only thing. So if you have a cigarette or a cigar handy, it's happy. All right, thanks, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Good luck.
see you later.
Bye, Daddy.
Here's our buddy. That's very nice of him to call in. It's nice to hear your dad saying smoking and porn.
He's a character, I believe.
Yeah. You ever go in any meetings with him?
Actually, I have.
Yeah.
Dude, those AA meetings are some of the scariest
I know.
people.
It's actually it's more entertaining than any movie that you could go to. Just showing up at some meetings. But by the way, the reason why I brought it up, I saw you Halloween. I don't think it would be a bad idea for you to take in a couple meetings.
You're probably right about that.
Again, genetics.
Should have saw him on Friday.
Oh, what was he, a mess? By the way, yeah, Danny, you've been sitting around drinking with Fez and helping to kill him every Friday. Back there in that office.
Well, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I know.
Or did I?
You're just partially responsible. That's where you are right now. Here's Elfish. Elfish.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, way to go in that Redskins loss last night.
Oh, fuck you.
Now, you
What
had
did
a
you
bet
want?
with Fezzy, hair versus hair,
No.
and that's going to make him so happy for you to shave your head.
When did he have the heart attack?
I guess it was Wednesday night, and then he came in and did the show Thursday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's not like we, are in here with a shovel and an axe pick. There could be nothing easier in the world than doing radio.
I had a heart attack, and I'm diabetic.
Yeah. And an alcoholic. So it's a theme show, and you put everything together.
And a chain smoker.
Right. And a kid toucher. So
No.
everything comes together with Elfish.
We don't do the kid touching.
You know that you're heading towards the cliff, and you don't care, though, right?
No, I'm driving as fast as I can.
You want to die.
No, not really.
But they told you, even after your heart, you've got to change the way you eat and drink and all, and you still drink, what, how much vodka a day?
Probably a liter, maybe a little more.
All right, a liter. So I'm not in England. What is that, a quart? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a little more than a
And
quart.
when I join the Beatles, I'll know what a fucking liter is. But right now, let me go by American stuff. So
It's a little more than a fifth.
so you gotta know that you're killing yourself.
Well, keep your foot on the gas.
All right. I'm sure.
You guys take off what? And look what you did to my boy. Now he's in the hospital. He's at home. Where's he at?
It's none of your business, Elfish. You're the last. He wants rest and relaxation. The last thing I want is a transvestite showing up drunk at his house screaming about the Redskins. I don't need it.
If he'd have saw that game yesterday, he'd have had another heart attack.
He was watching the game. Yeah, he was watching it, and he said he was very, very nervous going back and forth. And I'm like, he goes, if I can make it through that, it's going to help me very much.
How big a check did he fucking send to the ref?
Do not be one of those goddamn crybaby Redskin fans
I'm not a
constantly
crybaby.
feeling like your team is screwed over because you brought back an old man who doesn't know how to coach anymore.
Oh, don't even start with that shit, boss. Don't mess with Coach Joe.
Well, you saw he blew it yesterday when he didn't go for 4th and 1, right?
Well, I saw that the refs let them have a 2-point conversion when the fucker was down.
No, he wasn't down.
He wasn't down.
His feet were still moving, and they went back and reviewed it, so it wasn't just the refs.
Yeah, right.
And it wasn't,
Okay.
Just stop being a crybaby. Your team lost, and if you were any good, you would have blown the Bucks out. They shouldn't be able to play with anybody this year.
And with less than 2 minutes left in the game, you don't get burned on a long pass play. I think twice they got burned on long pass plays.
Yeah.
Just like
Well,
gimmies.
We were missing one of our best defensive players, too.
Stop whining. I didn't hear you whine last week that you won with because T.O. didn't play. You guys were playing in the Super Bowl parade. These fuckers in Washington, they get one win and they start playing in the parade. They are so much on my nerves.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Now that you're in New York, you're screaming these fuckers.
No, I hated Washington the whole time I was there. You know it. El Jefe hated it the whole time.
Try
he was
doing
there.
the fucking post game.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare. There's no worse market when it comes to how they feel about their team. I mean, it's a nice enough place, but the way they feel about the Redskins is just insane. They're not football fans. They're just zombies.
And you're sitting there with Cowboy Boy, and you
I don't
gave
know
him
stuff.
shit for what, 6 months about how Dallas was a shithole? And
Yeah,
their
it's
team
true.
Sucked?
Yeah, but all those things are still true. All right, Alfred, I'll see you at your funeral, buddy.
All right.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Worst sports town in America.
Here's our buddy Keith the Cop. Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie? How are you?
Cool.
God love Fez, bro. God love.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Just curious. Do I have to stop working on this Free Lunch Fridays promotion that I'm doing?
No, Fez can watch us eat. And you know something, I got to point this out, Keith. I think he might have been having at least the warning signs the night that we were with you. Did he seem that bad that Halloween night?
You know what? He was a little bit, but I mean, I kept getting the drinks for him.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't slow down for it.
That's the problem.
But I mean, we're going to do like Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield. We're just basically going to eat around him, and
Yeah.
he's just going to have to deal with it, right?
His life will be easy money from that point on.
Because I got burritos coming in, I got fish and chips. I really can't start canceling this.
No, I agree with you. And plus, the kids all like to eat. And let's face it, most of them have got another 15 years before they got to worry. Fez enjoyed himself right up to the heart attack. And even then, I've seen him eat pretty good afterwards. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, thanks, Keith.
Oh, not a problem. Have a good one.
See it. I feel so guilty, and I'm not kidding at all, because that night I asked him, are you having a heart attack? Because if a guy's grabbing his chest on the street, it'll scare you. But as soon as he said no, I just went back to my stupid life. I haven't paid any attention at all to the fact that these diabetic things now in hindsight just are shockingly obvious. The hard stuff, shockingly obvious. And just not really catching any of it. It's just embarrassing.
Well, the thing with his feet was like glaring warning sign
I
that something
know.
was wrong, and I feel awful that I
And
missed it.
Blowhard even called and said, bro, you got diabetes. And I'm going, what is wrong with you? You're slurring after a beer. Obviously, the guy's sick. And now I went out to lunch the other day with Al Dukes, and afterwards they're like, after, they found out the Fez had been sick, they're like, he was barely talking. He wasn't himself. I'm not even noticing that he wasn't jumping into stuff. I feel just awful.
You just don't. I don't know. I just thought it was just Fez being Fez. You know what I mean? Like he'll go through certain deals where he's very animated, and sometimes he's very introspective and quiet.
That's when he's having a heart attack. That's when you see him being introspective. It means he's sick, Earl. Now we know that. Now we'll constantly be saying. By the way, Fez doesn't like being off the monitors. Wants to be at monitors all times. So we might have to talk to XM and just so I can sit here and watch his thing because he loves that. He loves watching that thing.
He likes the EKGs.
Yeah, just a little blip going there.
See, that when I was in the I hated all that stuff. I could not get out of
Fez
it.
loves it. Loves it. Didn't want to be disconnected. And I would just go in there after a while. I'm playing Submarine. I mean, I'm just acting like we're looking for stuff, which is stupid.
Is this going to change you at all, Ronnie? I mean, seeing as how, you guys partners and best friends and everything, and I remember many a meal sitting down with you guys.
Right,
and
eating big.
You taught us dessert is part of the meal. That was one thing we learned from you.
I'm a killer. I'm Hitler. Is that what you're saying? I feel bad enough, El Jefe. I'm totally guilty. Can't I say that enough? Now I'm going to be cutting his salad up for him. That's what I plan on doing. In the meantime, Earl, not a bad idea to have a backup homo. Not that I'm going to use them, but just somebody ready to, hello.
Any ideas?
Yeah. To me, they're all the same. I'm not going to lie to you here. I cannot tell the difference between them. And that's not prejudice. It's just fact. It's the same fucking joke. I took a dick. Yeah. Shocking. You're not going to get to see him on this trip, too.
I know. We were really looking forward. We were looking forward to Hooters on yesterday. We were sitting down watching the games, having some beers, having some wings, having some dessert.
By the way, those chicks I told you to look out for, they did come in. The sports chicks, you guys missed them completely.
Yeah, we bolted right after the Lion game.
I don't blame you. Dubs had to be excited about that, though, huh?
Oh yeah, it's been a great trip, other than the heart attack
and the fact that you won't leave the room. Here's Charlie. Charlie, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, it's Old Home Week. I just want to shout out to El Jefe and J Dubs, and just sorry Fez isn't here today.
Yeah. All right. That was a wonderful call, Charlie. Thank you very much. You remember those calls from Northern Virginia? Just a shout out. Just giving you a shout out, dude. Yeah, he brought up about Fez. If you're just tuning in now, Fez Watley, our little buddy, our little Fezzy, had a heart attack. Unbeknownst to Earl. Earl did nothing about it. Wasn't there for him all. Even as an executive producer, completely missed the ball. And I'm not saying anything, Earl, but much like you did with Muni. So I don't know whether you're some kind of carrier or what the fuck you're doing, but everybody whose show you produce has a heart attack.
That's smart.
It's bad. I like you to see you walk down the hall at Sirius for a while and just see what happens there. If you're the best thing that we could do for us is to put you across the street, Jinxie. Have you got a hold of Fez yet?
No, not yet. I mean, honestly, I didn't know if he was home or at the hospital or what have you. And honestly, I think he just needs his rest right now.
He does need his rest right now. But O and A have been great. They've been calling and checking up. Really, everybody but Bob Eatman has been just terrific, checking to make sure that he's okay. Wiki has been terrific. All right, here's the blowhard. He wants to talk about diabetes. You know what? We better do a break first, though. I want to try to keep up with this today. We come back. Blowhard will talk to us about diabetes. We'll be right back. Ron Fez Show. Here is our buddy. Well, first, Steve wants to bring this up because a lot of people have said it about Fezzy today. Steve, you're on Ron Fez. Go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up? 2208.
Oh, way to go, old school.
You noticed that Fezzy wasn't too far off on his little death prediction there.
Fezzy had been having death dreams for quite some time. I mean, everything now in hindsight that we laughed at him for, that we mocked him for, we have to apologize. He's not being sissified. He had things wrong with him. I didn't see it. Earl the Jinx didn't see it for sure.
Do you think the symptoms started as soon as the death clock stopped? And that's what triggered it?
The symptoms started when they called him fatty pneumonia when he was 3 years old. This kid's been a ticking time bomb of chocolate sundaes for quite some time. We all know that. Now, speaking of which, now Blowhard wants to teach us about diabetes because Blowhard is a diabetic. Blowhard, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, guys. Hey, Fez, if you're listening,
Why
feel
would
better.
He's trying to feel better. Why would he listen to this show? This was the last thing I would put on.
Come on, he's listening to all his friends. All his friends love him, and all his friends are praying for him.
All right, where's the joke, Blowhard? Where's the joke?
No joke, being serious. I'm not a comedian, you know that.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
right.
I never attempt to be funny, and if I do, I usually fail miserably. But I just want to let you know about the diabetic thing. Basically, there's a lot of people walking around who are diabetic who don't even realize it. And a lot of the symptoms that Fez would talk about on the air, it was sort of obvious that he was having a problem. And what Fez has is what I would guess is type 2 diabetes, and there's a lot of misconceptions about it. the good news is the symptoms and the side effects can all be reversed. But the key is exercise, exercise. That's the main one.
Yeah, I don't
and
see
diet.
it on that.
Diet's going to be hard. See, I don't know the components of the heart problem combined with what the doctors are going to do for the guy.
Right.
But it all comes down to just moving and eating right and proper diet. And most men over 40, I was walking around with diabetes for years before I knew I had it.
Earl, why don't you do this? Why don't you bring leotards in for you and Fez, and then after the show every day you do a spin class with them. And the two of you are just in here doing stuff like that.
Can't hurt, buddies,
Yeah.
because what's going to happen is as Fez recovers from his heart problem, the diabetes, he's going to have to check his blood every day. And that might be a little rough for the guy if you're not very friendly with needles.
Here's the weird thing, because I've been in there. He hates it when he gets his finger pricked.
He's going to have to do it himself. He's going to have
But
to be
here's
like
the weird
B.B.
thing about
King,
it.
that guy in the commercial.
Here's the weird thing. He loves to get his prick fingered. So, I mean, it's an old gag. George Carlin gave it to us. But it still works. So, Harry, that might be what... Harry, there's one reason why you're here. And you know what it is, right? Do you get it now? You are the spare heart. I want you to keep that fat heart of yours, same size as Fez, only it's 20 years younger. I want you to keep it ready and available at all times. And I want you to be at the point where you can cough it right up out of your mouth. I can grab it and give it to Fez.
And then I have to start eating healthier from now on.
I am not going to lie to you about this, Harry. And do you know what a shoot is?
It's a serious.
Serious thing. Immediately, do you know what he started to call his heart attack? His Harry. He fucking literally, I want you to know, he considers the problems with you right at the top of this list. And I wish I was kidding. Are you satisfied?
No, not
you
at all.
won, Harry. Congratulations. Passive aggression wins over regular aggression once again.
No, I would never wanted that to happen.
I
at
don't
all.
want him to have another Harry. He had one. It was scary enough. I don't want his second Harry. All right, thanks, Blowhard.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to say that if you're over 40 and you're inactive and you're overweight, you should definitely get to your doctor and get some blood work done, because a lot of people are walking around, buddy, with a lot of high blood sugar problems and can be very damaging and very fatal if you don't treat it
Well, thanks
properly.
for the PSA. I appreciate it. It's very
All right.
nice.
Take
All
care,
right,
man.
See you later. That was a very serious Blowhard today. No, you know, it could be worse. We could be doing a show with Eddie Guerrero, which, again, congratulations, Vince. You pulled it off. I don't know how you do it, but you're managing to kill every wrestler out there.
I don't know, the Von Erichs, they went through...
The Von Erichs are the doomed family of professional wrestling. Here's the sad thing. This is the one thing that Fez would love to be talking about, professional wrestling. Finally, it's time for it, and he had his heart attack. I can't get used to saying that Fez had a heart attack.
We actually got the news through a third party, and we were...
Dime the person out. Who said it?
Alan Linewand.
Alan, you were supposed to keep that quiet because Fez didn't even know if he wanted it out on the air.
Right. And so you could tell as soon as he said it, he's like, oh, man, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Did he say that?
No. He doesn't admit whenever he goes wrong. And we're like, oh, wow, okay.
Are you guys going to have to lunch with him?
We were going to get together at some point, but who knows? He's busy.
Yeah. Oh,
being
boy.
free.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's too busy to see you guys?
Well, he's going to try to get together for some coffee or something.
Do me a favor, since I can't make it, pick me up a Danish and whatever else he buys you guys. Just say this is one for Ron. Even if I don't have it, I want to know that he means it, though. Hey, John. John, you're on Ron Fez. How are you, buddy? John, you're on the air.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Harry? Fez has gone 2 days, and now this piece of shit thinks he's going to yak it up all on the radio?
I noticed that. I noticed Harry right away. I had to stop him from jumping in too much. But this last time I did ask him. But it does seem like you're jumping in somebody's grave, Harry.
No, not
and I,
at all.
And I, for one, don't like it.
I just don't want. I just don't want all the pressure to lean on you because Fez is in the hospital.
The reason why there's any pressure on me at all is because you put Fez in the hospital.
I don't think that I feel...
I was with the doctors, and he's going like this. Does he smoke? I go, no. Does he overdrink? I go, no. He goes, does he have an incompetent producer? I go, wait a minute. that last one, incompetent producer. Put that down and then take it to the second power.
Not a lot of people check that one off, but
seriously, I'm
not
telling you. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know who's more of a problem, him or Eatman, but both of you have let him down in a big, big way. Bob, you're on the Ron Fez show, buddy. How are you?
All right, Ron. How you doing?
Good.
Looking to send. Where should we be sending cards and gifts to Fezzy?
Don't send him any cards and gifts. He'll be back here. If you want, send an email to ronandfez@AOL.com. But he doesn't want any cards and gifts.
All right. Just wanted to do our part. Loyal listener.
It would be very, very nice if everybody sent Fez a get well email. But send cards and have him worry about that and, gifts and stuff. He's fine with it. Here is Floyd. Floyd, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. How you doing, Ron? I used to work at the hospital, and I used to prep the patients before the procedure. We used to shave their nuts. How did Fezzy handle it?
That was one of the things with Fez. I mean, you know him. He guards that little dick of his like it's gold. So he was nervous about that and the catheter. And I'm like, let's just really focus on your heart right now. So, yeah, he got through it okay. And again, he's one of those guys that ended up really liking the hospital. And when I say that, I mean a lot. He became part of that lifestyle very, very quickly.
Did he enjoy the gown and everything, too?
He liked the gown, the little slippers. He's introducing me to his new friends and tell me their problems.
Does he have a roommate?
Yeah, he had a roommate, a black woman. And the two of them, when she was just like, he has become like a son to me. And I'm like, I can't be part of this. And literally, her whole family, it was like they were Fez's family. I didn't know they co-ed the thing. So I think they're confused about whether Fez is male or female. But her family loves Fez.
And they're same age, just about?
Yeah, elderly black woman, yes.
How did Fez handle his bathroom phobias? I know he doesn't like to...
I don't think he dropped a deuce the entire time he's in there. But I will say this. Why I was sitting there, they went after one on him. So he had to take a stool sample very brutally, like a shot. And I was just going like this. Think about the bunnies, Fezzy. Think about the bunnies. You can still say no to it. Got a line, Harry?
I was just going to say you should throw in your honor.
Just turn that mic off. You're about to give me a Harry. Same thing. This is how he killed Fez. The weird thing is, all Fez's dreams, the death dreams, the fact that he's been worried about this for so long, and then everything he's worried about comes true. Everything he's worried about has happened to him. Earl, you're going to have to change his lifestyle, buddy.
Yeah, I can relate a little bit after my ulcer experience. I had to change definitely eating habits. So
no, was that brought on by the sickle cell? What brought on the ulcer?
Just horrible eating habits and partially and primarily.
What does it do? It breaks the cells in half like a sickle? What does it do?
That's sickle cell. Ulcers are holes in the lining of your stomach.
Oh, I see.
And no, in my family, it runs in the family ulcers, not sickle cell.
Really?
Yes.
You're a worrying family? Here's our friend. Bobo wants to talk to us. Hey, Bobo, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm kind of shooken up, Ron. Please give my best to Fez.
I will.
I got to say, it is kind of a comfort that the hideout guys are there with you.
Yes, they've been standing bedside with Fez, so you don't have to worry at all.
Yeah, because when you guys were in Washington, all of you, I grew up listening to you guys.
Yeah,
I don't think you knew that.
Wise ass. So so you were worried about Fezzy?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you made the announcement, I couldn't breathe, and I've been. You might be able to hear my voice. I'm shaky.
A little shaky.
It's just weird.
Well, I talked to the doctors. He's going to be fine. But the main thing is, Bobo, and this is the main thing, he can't hear banjo music anymore. So No more songs.
That's cruel.
I know.
Wow, life can be a hard thing to deal with.
All right, but he's going to be fine, pal. I told you the other day, don't worry about anything, right?
Okay, I can't help it, though. I'm Jewish, remember?
Uh-huh. Well, but you don't believe in God, so I don't know how you're Jewish. All right, talk to you later, buddy.
Love you, Pezzy.
And he could just say, and who's going to believe me over a kid?
And that Bucko Bruce tattoo won't help in court either.
Harry, it's bad enough that Fez isn't here, but you're yelling out stuff about his team. It's really awkward, okay? Fez, if you're listening, I apologize. I had no idea Harry was going to take that attack on your team. I know you find him responsible for your heart attack. I'm leaning that way now. Harry, if anything happens to him, look at me. I'll beat you to death with a claw hammer, just so you know that. All right, let's get back to your thing, Doug.
Yeah.
It's the Ron and Fez show. Wow, am I still saying Ron and Fez? Well, I guess I should for a while. I'll give everybody a transitional time. Ron Bennington and Fez Whatley, our friends, are here. J-Dubs and El Jefe. Fez Whatley's going to be off for a while. If you're just tuning in now, we talked about it earlier. He did have a heart attack last Thursday, but 100% chance of recovery. Everything's going to be fine. We can't wait to get him back. We just want him to rest now. We'll be back in a few moments. It's Ron and Fez. Best of everybody's sending their good vibe to Fezzy. You can write to us at Ron and Fez at AOL.com, Ron and Fez at AOL.com. We'll make sure that he gets to read all the kind of things. If you're just tuning in kind of late in the show today, again, nothing to worry about. He's going to make a full recovery. But Fez did have a heart attack last week. That's why we missed Friday's show and why he's not going to be with us this week or probably next. We put him in a convalescent home, and he's like one of those guys that just has a blanket across his lap as he looks out at the lake. That's how he's spending his time. J-Dubs and El Jefe, thanks so much for being in.
Thank you for having us.
Best of luck with everything. You guys back in Florida.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.